Angel showed up with her business out. You can see the business is just everywhere, chesticles bouncing all over the place. She's not even good at basketball, so she has to show some skin to stay relevant. I see her miss layups, just like they do, and everything, but forget them. I miss layups too. So, everybody will miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound. Box me out. Yeah. You're like 6'4". Is there a reason you cannot hit a damn layup? Don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out, that's what I say. Angel Reese just called out another player at the Super Bowl for hogging the ball, but isn't that exactly what she does every game? The irony is almost too good to be true. You can't be selfish. Because I see you at the All-Star game before, and you wanted to score and not pass the ball. This guy said, did she really say you can't be selfish when she takes 30 shots and misses 27 of them instead of passing to her teammate? We've watched miss layup after miss layup for shots just to pad stats and empty double-doubles. Meanwhile, her team thrives without her, yet instead of focusing on improving her game, she's busy chasing clout. Unrivaled had games yesterday. This is their season. They got games tomorrow. Angel Reese, of course, as you can expect, would be in the basketball court deep in the lab, really putting in work, except she wasn't. She went to the Super Bowl instead of putting in work on the court. Reese was at the Super Bowl trying to steal the spotlight, but it completely backfired. Even her own fans called her out for chasing attention instead of improving her game. Angel Reese showed up at these various events, and as you can imagine, the internet did not miss. One could only say, could you cover the chesticles up? She was out everywhere while Reese was making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Caitlin Clark was putting in work, proving exactly why she's on another level. Down in New Orleans, Clark wasn't just showing up, she was handling business. She's got a Gatorade deal, a Nike commercial on the way, and she's still locked in, hitting the gym and staying focused. No distractions, no drama, just pure dedication. And let's talk impact. While Reese was at the before, moving ahead in the video. If you have not liked the video call yet, then like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Super Bowl arguing with people and making waves for her outfit. Clark showed up as a true role model, dressed modestly, inspiring the next generation. The numbers don't lie. Clark's jersey retirement pulled in 11 million viewers, while Reese's actual game struggled to break 880,000. The difference is clear. Caitlin Clark being in the building, 11 million average viewers. Angel Reese failed to break 100,000 viewers. Now tell me again how everybody's tuning in for you. It's clear Caitlin Clark is focused on greatness, while Angel Reese is chasing attention, and today we're breaking it all down. Let's get into it. The NFL put this out last night. LSU legends Angel Reese, Jaden Daniels do not clump in Jaden with that bum. Angel only a legend in her own mind. A lot of people roasted the legend part. A legend and Angel Reese should never be in the same sentence. Reese wishes she was a legend like Caitlin Clark. Laugh out loud. Angel Reese just gave the world yet another reason why she'll never be on Caitlin Clark's level. At the Super Bowl, she had the audacity to call out another player for not passing the ball and taking too many shots when, in reality, she's one of the biggest ball hogs in women's basketball. If that's not hypocrisy at its finest, what is there anybody else in the WNBA or NBA that does this more than Reese? From tonight's game, third quarter, in 16 seconds, Reese took 4 shots, missed the first 3 shots, got an offensive rebound off her own 3 misses, and then finally made the 4th. But quote, double-double, this looks just like Chicago Sky shit from last year. This dude's a white dude. He's getting called a racist over basketball criticism. Reese has built a reputation for forcing bad shots, refusing to pass to teammates, and constantly missing layups, yet she had the nerve to call out someone else for doing the exact same thing. The lack of self-awareness is unreal. Angel Reese fans are celebrating another double-double. And I do understand a double-double from her and a win. Missing your shot. Let's talk about what's really happening in the unrivaled league. Angel Reese is struggling, and it's impossible to ignore. Her games are nearly unwatchable, and every time she steps on the court, it's the same story: miss layups, forced attempts, and blatant stop padding. We've seen her take 3, 4, even 5 shots in a row just to make one, only for her fans to hype up a so-called double-double. Taller than hell out there. Can't hit a layup, get in the lab. Shoot 200 layups a day every single 365 days, but the reality is she's just rebounding her own mistakes. The worst part, the moment she gets benched, her team actually plays better. That alone speaks volumes. If she were truly the star she claims to be, her team would struggle without her, not improve. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC, so huge fans of. Caitlin, now compare that to Caitlin Clark. She doesn't need to force shots or pad her stats, she just dominates. Plain and simple. That's crazy. Just by her going to the game, it's the second most watched NCAA game. Like, that's crazy. That just shows how popular she is right now. The one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans, they'll go anywhere she goes, and here's the kicker: Clark didn't even need to step on the court to outshine Reese. While Reese was at the Super Bowl making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Clark was drawing over 11 million viewers just for her jersey retirement. That's the difference between hype and true greatness. The numbers actually got released from it, and it says 11 million. People tuned in to watch Iowa take down USC prior to Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement, making it the second most watched NCAA women's game this season. That's right, Clark didn't even need to play to pull a bigger audience than Reese's actual games. The numbers are in. 11 million people tuned in to watch Iowa take down USC before Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement, making it the second most watched NCAA women's game this season. Meanwhile, Reese, who actually plays in the unrivaled league, struggled to draw even 880,000 viewers. No matter how much she hypes herself up, people just aren't interested. Reese may think she's moving the needle, but in reality, people are reaching for their remotes and tuning out. Meanwhile, Clark's presence alone is enough to break records. That's the difference. One player is focused on basketball, on improving, and on making history, and if that wasn't enough, the Iowa versus USC game even outperformed Kobe Bryant's jersey retirement in 2017. That's how much of a draw Clark is. Meanwhile, Reese is more interested in chasing attention than sharpening her skills. Instead of using this time to improve, she's skipping practice to show up at every major event she can find. It's not just the Super Bowl. Her pattern makes it painfully clear where her priorities are. She started a podcast, constantly complains about WNBA salaries, secured equity in the unrivaled league, and attends concerts and celebrity events, all while her on-court performance declines instead of working harder. She's doing everything except basketball. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is locked in. She's not skipping practice, she's not chasing clout, she's preparing for her next season and staying focused on what actually matters. Even at the Super Bowl, Clark was doing drills and engaging in basketball-related activities. She wasn't there to make headlines, she was there to represent the sport and inspire the next generation. That's the difference. Clark looked like $1 million at the Super Bowl, professional, poised. And someone young athletes can look up to. Reese, she looked like someone desperate for attention. Even Reese's own fans are starting to turn against her. She constantly complains about being underpaid in the WNBA, yet instead of proving her worth on the court, she prioritizes modeling, brand deals, and controversy. Compare that to Clark, who focuses on uplifting young girls, growing the game, and setting an example for the next generation. And let's be real, Angel Reese wants to be a model more than she wants to be a basketball player. She claims people sexualize her, yet she showed up at the Super Bowl in an outfit that even her own fans cringed at. She's never going to improve because she refuses to take accountability. Her own mother even told her to ignore the critics brushing off her missed layups as if they don't matter. But here's the truth: everyone misses layups, but not like Reese. Statistically, she's the worst finisher in the league. Reese's game is stagnant, and her recent viral clip getting blocked repeatedly by Breanna Stewart proves it. Yet instead of focusing on making shots, she brags about rebounding her own misses. Newsflash: if you made the first shot, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's about two completely different mindsets. Caitlin Clark is focused on building a legacy, inspiring young athletes, and elevating women's basketball. Angel Reese is focused on drawing attention, making excuses, and staying in the headlines for Everything except the game, and the numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark has a real impact on the sport. Reese, not so much. If she was truly a star, people would be tuning in, but even with all her social media hype, she can barely crack 80,000 viewers for her actual games. Clark is setting records without even playing, while Reese has to force herself into the spotlight and still gets ignored. Just look at ESPN's latest rankings. Clark is at the top while Reese somehow landed at number 12, but for what? She's barely scoring 10 points per game, constantly missing layups, and underperforming compared to players ranked below her. Reese fans may not want to admit it, but the truth is right in front of them. Instead of improving, she's too busy celebrating mediocre performances. She's laughing off criticism and ignoring her weaknesses. While Clark was in the gym practicing on her birthday, that's dedication, that's greatness. At the end of the day, Clark is elevating the game, while Reese brings nothing to the table. One is breaking records, dominating headlines, and leading the sport into the future. The other is making excuses and chasing clout, and the gap between them, it's only getting bigger. Clark is selling out arenas, drawing millions of viewers, and forcing the WNBA to move games into larger venues just to accommodate demand. Meanwhile, the unrivaled league is proving to be exactly what everyone predicted. Unwatched. The message from fans is clear: we're not interested in pretend basketball. The numbers don't lie, and Clark is the only one moving the needle. So tell me, how much longer are Reese's fans going to pretend she's on Clark's level? Because while Caitlin Clark is building a legendary career, Angel Reese is fading into irrelevance. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel.